What are some horror stories that you have seen or heard about out here in Kensington?
I mean, I think I'm pretty, like, me personally, like, there's nights, like, when the train comes by, like, I feel like I can literally hear, like, screams. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through some shit myself, like,
What are some things?
like, just, like, stuff that, you know, me or, like, people I went through, like, I'm very in touch with my spiritual side. It's, like, I think maybe it's because of how many times I've OD'd. You know what I mean? Because, like, I've been flatlined so many times. Maybe that's why it's like a bridge, you know, it's like a connection. Like, and now so it's like whether I'm awake or I'm asleep, it's like it's all the same. It's like
Gotcha.
there is spirit, you know, there's people, and it's like they are here for a reason.
So Julius is giving me a gift. Not a lot of people give me a gift on this channel, but look, he's giving me a rosary. Wow, he took that off his neck to give it to me. I appreciate you, brother. God bless you, alright, man? I see you around, okay, Julius?
Like a matchstick, we ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in phase. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me.
Please introduce yourself, bro.
Julius Francemoore.
Okay, how you doing today, Julius?
I'm alright.
Okay, alright, that's what's up. How old are you, bro?
I just turned 27.
27. You're a very young looking guy, man. Where are you originally from?
Voorhees.
Where?
Voorhees, New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yo, shout out New Jersey. We out there. How was your childhood like growing up, Julius?
I mean, like, it was very, like, you know, I was very loved, and it took me to, like, you know, getting a little older to kind of like realize that, you know, like I grew up, you know, within, you know, kind of like not within the system. I always kind of ran from the system because it was like authority, you know, like I like to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
You know, like kids don't come with directions too, and you know, in the same quote, it's like I was in like a trailer park down south, like, you know, I don't know if you ever heard of St. Augustine, like Florida.
Nah, I haven't.
But like basically there's a lot of like so-called, like, I don't want to call them burnouts, because like some of the best people I ever met, you know, was within them, you know, circumstances. But just basically, like, I already know what it is. Like Kensington, you know, it's similar, you know. It's just a little bit bigger, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a little bit darker, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, did you grow up in a two-parent household?
For the parts that I was there, yeah.
Okay. Was there any drugs in your home growing up?
I mean, like, it was like more like the alcohol and then, like, you know, cocaine and shit, but like it wasn't like I wasn't stupid, you know what I mean? Like I knew about it. Like they didn't try to hide it, but like on a, you know, sense of respect and the principle of the matter, it's like, you know what I mean? Like they tried not to do it in front of me.
Okay.
It's like I would still see the movements, like, and because, like, you know, I ain't used to do, you know, I ain't wet behind the ear, like I knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But like on the same course, you know what I mean, and the same sense for the cause, I would do my best not to, you know, pay no mind to it.
Mm-hmm.
It just became, you know what I mean, it was just because I knew, you know, just because, you know what I mean, like some things are best left unsaid. Just because you see something doesn't mean you gotta, like, you know, put it on blast. Like, you know, just let it be what it's gonna be. You know, it is what it is. And, you know, just go about and try to make the most of the situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely hear you on that part. Do you have any favorite childhood memories? Can't think of any favorite childhood memories? Yeah, I hear you. You know, a lot of people don't have that. What was it like for you when you were in school as a teenager?
Because of I mean, like, I missed a lot of school. and that was, that's on me. Like, I chose, you know what I mean? But like, I got by off just like, you know what I mean, like spitting some games, like the pretty girls and shit on the bus ride and do my homework. Like, like I abused my role, you know what I mean? I played it to the fullest, you know what I mean? I've heard, even to this day, he's like, yo, you white, smile. They say like, we can be whatever we want, we can go on. And they say as though like, like the system, privileges us. Which I hate to say, like, I don't see it as perspective because like, if you look at the scale, in facts to the facts, like, it's a 3-to-1 on a black to white, So like really like, especially like here in like Kensington, like we outnumber. You know what I mean? So like right now, like I've been bleeding out here. Like I'm out here, my jaw broke. My fingers swollen up. Like I've been jumped like in the past couple months because of like everything going on. Like I've been stabbed. I had my jaw broke. Like I've been robbed. Like I've been violated. Like on a scale of, just the demeanor, of circumstance. It's just like there's so much life out here. Everyone looks at it like the city of darkness. Like they talk about the souls that people OD and stuff. It's like, what is a soul? You know what I mean? It's a center of light. And it's like I feel like the souls are, they're not trapped here. They chose to stay here because this ain't the city of darkness. This is the city of light. This is where you find some of the best people you ever meet. You just gotta let go of that image. You know what I mean? That persona. Like.
Yeah, that's deep, brother.
We gotta come together as a unity. Mm-hmm. You gotta agree on something. And I'm sorry, but even if we were the worst, which we definitely are far from most, like we deserve better. You know what I mean? But you gotta want better. It starts in here.
Absolutely. Damn, I'm so sorry, man. You had some of those horrible things happen to you, man. You say you got your jaw broken. Well, explain to us what led to that.
That was actually downtown Cam. Up on out off Clinton Street, like right off like Clinton and Royden. Mm-hmm. But I was coming out to start seeing this old head, and like I just, you know what I mean, I did a little something. I had like $40 and shit, and he asked me for $1, and like, see, I panhandle too, so like I wanted to give it to him, but like I already had it accounted for. Mm-hmm. I should have gave it to him any other day. I would have gave it to him. I've had like certain follower, like. I had like a couple female experiences, and some of them, you know what I mean, they don't know how to just, let go and let it be what it's gonna be. Like they wanna like kind of force their hand, like some crazy like shit. Like I don't know if you ever had a girl that's like, oh, she can't have you, no one can. So like they see good in you and shit, so they're like, oh well, if I can't have it, then fuck that. They gonna do whatever they can do to ruin your good. You know what I mean? She even like changed my, like people that I thought were my boys, my friends. Pussy's the most powerful thing in the world, man. That's a fact. You're gonna pay for it regardless. In the end, like, we all gonna pay. God ain't gonna, he ain't gonna show no motherfucking sympathy for self-inflicted. So.
Currently out here, what drugs are you addicted to?
I fuck around with D and then, with the Fetty and everything. Yeah. And then Ice too.
Okay. And how long have you been doing those two drugs for?
I ain't pick up the dope, like the Fetty and shit, till around like 19. That's when I actually came. I moved up from Jersey, from Florida, because I had like certain family. Right. They were in the prison system and shit, and they were trying to come home to a home, a decent place of stability and structure. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see, it was really fit down south where I was from, because like everyone that we fucked with, lived that life. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, like it was someone real close to me and shit. So like Jersey, like I had my grandma and shit, like it just seemed a better fit, even though we already know what it is up here. Like no matter where you go, there's always that place, you know what I mean? There's always that K&M.
Right. So who introduced you to dope?
I did. That's something like I took, cause like I was on the like I started, first time I ever did like opiates, I was 12.
12?
Yeah.
How did you get involved, at such a young age?
It was always around, like, and like I seen, like, that's what I'm saying, it's my fault. Like I knew better, but like I let my feelings, let my personal interfere with my business. Business is speaking, like, just maintaining it clean and sobriety, you know what I mean? Just saying, fuck all that shit, cause I seen what it did, and I still chose that route out of hatred, for the ones that I love doing it. So I was like, oh, well, y'all ain't gonna quit. And I was like, if you ain't gonna stop, then I'm gonna start. I was like, I'll show you. it was a bad choice, you know what I mean?
Right.
In the long run, it's like I lost myself, you know what I mean, trying to find and save the ones that, you know, were closest to me.
Damn, that's deep, bro. Definitely deep. So what about ice?
That was like around 15.
And for those who don't know what ice is, can you educate us?
It's methamphetamine. It's basically like we did, it was like shake and bake down south. There's a lot of things like from like 14, 15 on to like right around like 18, 19. Like it was an investigation. Like I've been through like the feds and shit, like following like DEA. Like I went through all that. Like I literally watched 50, 60 people that like my family, basically, like my inner circle. I watched them all drop like flies.
Damn.
Like my peoples got locked up just off of word of mouth. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's why, you know, shout out to my parents and shit. Like to sit there knowing that they didn't even catch them doing nothing. You know what I mean? Just by word of mouth, just motherfuckers talking. It's like saying like they offered my pot, like they offered him like 25 years one time. Like I'm like sitting there and he just sat there, you know what I mean? Like of course you could tell, like, you know, he felt some type of way, but sit there and watch him go through that, facing that kind of time and not budge, you know, not give up nothing, you know what I mean? Just the man up, and it's like they already knew what came with that life, you know? People need to understand, you know what I mean? Like you have a choice. Every day you make the same choice, every second, you know what I mean? Every choice, you gotta pay the consequences one way or another, man. It's gonna reflect upon you either way. So you just try to stand by. That's very rare nowadays, somebody standing by, you know, the word. Your word is your bond, and people are like, it's a shame, man. Like I can't believe like how motherfuckers acting nowadays, man.
Can you tell us the difference between heroin and fentanyl?
Let's see. Heroin, like that was more of like a darker thing. I believe both of them actually come from a plant. Cause like heroin though, like that was like, as far as detox wise, heroin was a shorter detox, believe it or not. The fetty, like that shit, like plus they mix it with like trank and shit. They be putting all kinds of shit in it nowadays. And then now with like the COVID-19, like you get a chance to look up IP65. Like that's with California, that's the one, it's a chemical of the reproduction, which with the COVID-19, like we're all eating that shit. They're putting in our cigarettes, like the cigarettes even got a warning on it. Like the virus, like I think is mixed up actually with the reproduction symptoms coming from that. Cause like now it's like it's being put out there and shit, and then like that's gonna mix in with other bad things. And like even out here in Kensington, like people like, I ain't gonna sit here, I don't wanna bang out the city, cause you know what I mean, like, but like people slinging around the virus and shit, like people thought I was bugging at first and shit. Like I tried to tell them, cause like I care about a lot of people and shit. Like I would see it, and people were like, "Nah, you high, you bugging." Now it's like to the point of fact, like literally you can see it, you can like pull it off your face and like sling it, and you hear it slap the fucking ground.
Well,
like,
what's that?
It's filth, it's odor. Your body, I don't know exactly what it is. Like I got a couple like opinions, like theories. I mean, it could be from like the Delaware River. I ain't gonna try to like draw too much off from you, because I know you're trying to like really get to the center, you know, of addiction. You know, just it's real. Like people just, everyone wants to point the finger. You know, like I said, like everyone just kept, you know, knocking it off. It's like things are best if little to none do it, or if all of the above. And I hate to say it, like right now it's coming to the course of like all of the above. Everyone's just, instead of like trying to fight this shit, they slinging it and they're using it as a persona, like certain gangs have like used it in the past and shit. Like it's been around for hundreds of years, man. It's just like since the COVID and, you know what I mean, the outbreak, it's just gotten, you know, worse.
So how has that affected your life?
I lost numerous family. I lost all my grandparents. I've lost like friends and everything. Like I'm fucked up right now as it is. Like having a broke jaw and having people sling that shit on me and shit. Cause the thing is funny. It's crazy. Look, I swear to God, like if you see it, like you think I'm tripping. You gonna think I'm hot, but like the center of like greater and less than, which is really deep. You know what I mean? Coming from, you know, a person to me and just where we at. As an addict to, you know, someone that's never even experienced, you know, the simple high of, you know what I mean, the hit of a fucking blunt. It's just like, it's just crazy. It all comes down to, you know what I mean, the scale, you know what I mean? The poor and the rich. You know what I mean? The
So
great
man,
and the less, like.
let me ask you this question, right? What type of effect do you get when you use fentanyl? How does it make you feel?
See, I think because of like how long I've been using opiates and like, I don't even see it as getting high anymore. Like, it's more like just maintaining.
I hear that a lot.
Like, I do it just, you know what I mean? Feel more like you gotta dope, you know, the dopamine. It's the you got a essential bit, like a brave wave, or a brave wave, and it's like your wave's constantly going, like, you know what I mean, on a rhythm. And
Oh,
it's
like,
like whenever you use it, like either speeds it up or, you know what I mean, slows it down. So then when you're growing up, it's like when you're a kid and shit, your shit's still developing, you know, because like you ain't fully, you know what I mean, blossomed, you know, into a young man or a young woman. So like when you use opiates and shit like that, it fucks up the chemical balance, you know what I mean, the wavelength that's in your brain, you know.
Yeah, it definitely
so like
does.
when I was fucking with the drugs and shit at an early age, I feel as though like because I did it so much, so frequent, my body became accustomed to the drugs. So I think that plays a big persona on why, like, when I use, it kind of puts me like on a quote unquote regular. Like I feel regular.
All right, okay, feel normal, right?
Yeah, some people like they smoke, they go like antsy and like high to jitterbug, like.
Yeah.
Some, you know what I mean, kind of like mellows them out and shit. Like,
How many times have you OD?
I've literally flatlined around like 13 times. Like,
That's deep, right?
yeah,
Scary. Are you afraid of dying?
No,
Why not?
I mean it's gonna happen. Like,
But do you want to like speed it up? Doing what you're doing, that's exactly what's happening, right?
I mean I'm not like looking forward to it, but I ain't, you know, I'm running from it. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's part of life. It's the beauty of life. The day of birth and the day of death are two things that should be honored. You shouldn't sit here and frown upon death. Death is a beautiful thing.
Where do you think you'll go when you die?
When I die,
Yeah.
well, when I die, feel free to dig me up. You can sell my organs, whatever, on the black market. There's some serious money in that shit, and I ain't gonna be mad at you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm an organ donor. Like, it's all up for grabs. You know what I mean? I mean, if this was ever to be seen, hopefully, you know, I want it reserved the right, you know what I mean, for my sister Danielle Betty, or for, you know, my dad Julius more, or my mom. Like, any one of those, you know what I mean, they get first dibs. But after that, man, y'all need some bread or something, come dig me up. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna want my jaw or anything, but anything that's worth anything, if it's left, go ahead.
So what you said happened to your hands, bro? This is a little swollen.
This is from being out here in K&M. Just,
Struggle, right?
I mean, I'm 6'5", I'm white, and, you know, I got a voice, like, I'm pretty well known.
So now, Julius, what's 24 hours in Kensington look like for you?
I've been here for a couple weeks now, and it's just, I think, you know what I mean, so many, especially the white people, man, like, they're just happy to not having to be done to them. It's a shame, because, like, as a white man, it's like, to see so many of them, you know, with that fake shit, like, over there on the side of it, like, man, ain't no need for all that. I do the same shit, man. You ain't telling me that that shit does that to you. Like, nah, they playing stupid. They basically playing possum. And it's because they scared of what's been happening to me to happen to them. Like, I'm embracing it. It's not working out too good, but at least, you know, I came across this, right? You know what I mean? At least, like, if not for nothing, you know what I mean? Even if it's just a sense of just reality of, like, what's it like, you know, not as, you know, an addict, just, you know, me, just, and what I bring, you know. Like, I'm German, you know, I'm 6'5", like, you know, about 200 pounds, like, yeah, I am an addict, you know, I am out in Canada, and like I said, on a 3 to 1 scale, with the 1 on basically nothing but yourself, be myself and I, because everyone else, like I said, it's unity. If you ever want to see, you know what I mean, a sense of unity, it may not be the best fit for you. It depends on if you're black or white or Spanish. Like, it's a beautiful thing, though. no matter how you look at it. Even if it's all for nothing or one for all for one. I feel as though like right now I feel like that one that's kind of catching the blunt. Everyone pointing fingers. This is his fault. This that fault. In the end, we all to blame.
Gotcha.
Even if you ain't ever been out here, man, you make a difference.
Gotcha.
Anything helps. You know, sometimes, you know, just a little change, like story of the shoemaker, that 2 cents, you know what I mean? That turned, you know what I mean? One of the brokest to broke, you know what I mean? Someone that really, like, that came to, like, nothing but not even be able to sell hope on the block.
So how much would you say you spend average on your drug use 24 hours?
I don't want to discuss that.
Okay, it's okay. How do you go about, you know, supporting your habit?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
No
Truly,
judgment over here.
Yeah, it's just a lot of times, like, especially, you know, with the web, it's like, whatever I say, it's gonna be considered and it's gonna be looked down upon. And then the next brother or the next one and sister that comes along, you know what I mean, trying to do it, they could be trying to do it for the right reason or wrong. Like, for me, it's all of the above because of circumstances. It could be the difference between somebody having a bed, eating, or literally on the sense of throwing up shit in their pants.
Gotcha.
To possibly being the next Jew in a position of a helping hand.
So what's the first thing that you do in the morning when you wake up?
If I ain't got my medicine, then I basically I kind of go. I put myself. Yeah, that's crazy. Just yo, I want to say that too. Like the whole bathroom thing is ridiculous, man. They need to just put a public restroom in like downtown Cam and K&M for the sense of, all right, yeah, so you know motherfuckers gonna go there already. At least then we can accumulate it. You know what I mean? Instead of having needles laying around, like kids gotta go to school and shit. Like, see, if you come walking by and getting high, I really could give a fuck. But like a kid, like I said, they ain't stupid, but you can't help it. Like, it's just respect, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
The kids ain't got no choice, you know what I mean? They doing what they gotta do to survive. So don't make it any harder, man.
Gotcha.
Same thing with motherfucking homeless, man. Like, there ain't no need for all that. It's hard enough as it is, man. It's life, man. This shit ain't free.
Gotcha. All right, bro. So let's get off topic just to get to know you as an individual. Then we out, okay? That's another train coming. What are some of your favorite foods you like?
I eat anything, man.
Soldier?
I mean, hot sauce, shit.
I hear that.
You know what I mean? Mac and cheese. Like,
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Do you have a favorite movie you like?
Nah.
Any favorite actor, actresses you like?
I like Adam Sandler.
Okay, he's a funny guy. Do you have a favorite band or artist you listen to?
I grew up like listening to like Slayer, like Metallica, Lamb of God, Linkin Park,
Okay.
Slipknot, like.
Nice.
But like, I don't know. I've always like, that was like really when I was like within like, you know, the parent system. You know what I mean? Like, but when I would go out, like I've always listened to like Boozy, like Haystack, Biggie, like
Nice.
Bone
Okay.
Thugs, like Harmony.
Do you have a spiritual or religious belief?
I feel as though like, as far as God, like there's only one God. Like, you know, people say there's Christians and Catholics. You know, you got the Muslims, there's Buddhists, and like, I feel as though like it's all just a matter of language and preference.
Gotcha.
You know how you got English and Spanish and French. It's all just a matter of speaking, a matter of words. It's like there's only one God. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care how you greet him or thank him. You know, they say salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Like, that's all. It's all the same for me. Like, you know, it's the matter of appreciation and just knowing that there is one God, and whether you realize it or not.
Are you a high school or college graduate?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any, you know, skills or hobbies? Anything you like to do? Any passion you have?
I mean, I got a passion for people.
For people, that's awesome. You know,
It's
that's
like, I mean, like, I care, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I hate.
Okay. What do you love most about yourself?
Nothing.
I'm sure it's something about you, bro, that you love about yourself, bro. It's something about Julius that's worth admiring. You say you like people, so that's that's good. You gotta have
I
empathy.
admire my ignorance.
Wow, you're far from ignorant. Yeah, you're
What I
very
mean by
far.
that is like, I'ma stand by like right is right, wrong is wrong. Even like with the way the system and everything's going, everyone, you know what I mean? Because it's easier to do wrong than it is to right. It ain't hard to take a life, but it is very, very difficult to save one, especially if it's not worth saving or if it's one that's not willing to help thyself.
Wow. See, bro, you got a lot of knowledge, man. You spit a lot of educational stuff for us today, so I really appreciate that. Wisdom, exactly. You got a lot of wisdom for such a young guy. I would say you have an old soul, man. What is your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Yo, shout out to all the Virgos. Show your boy some love. When was the last time somebody told you that they love you?
No. I heard yesterday.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. If you can travel to any place or country in the world, where would you go?
I mean, we have to come down to just where I'm at. Like, I thought about going to Cali before all this because you make like $40 an hour. You make $40 a gram just clipping weed. Like every gram you clip, you get $40. Like,
are you currently in a relationship?
Yeah.
What do you look for in a partner?
I'm not looking for a partner.
Hey, when you were out there, when you were, doing your thing, I'm sure you had certain things you look for in women. What do you look for in a woman?
Honesty.
Honesty, that's a good one.
Just being themselves, like.
Absolutely.
Like, we human, we make mistakes. Like, I embrace, even if I don't like it. Like, I encourage people to just be who they are. If everyone would just be themselves, like, if the world consists of just you or just me,
it'd be boring.
It just not even boring. Like, it just, I don't even know if it'd be worth living.
It'll be weird as hell, right? Definitely weird. All right, so daytime or nighttime, which one are you?
I don't know, man.
If you had to pick to fly or to be invisible, which one would you pick?
I don't know about flying, man. Like, because if you flying, then that's just, I don't know. I mean, like, people like me, like, we gotta be fly. You know what I mean? We gotta, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Like, you know what I mean? Invisible, like, that's for people that, ain't meant to be heard or be seen. That's why we were granted life. Even, like, whether the worst of the worst or the best of the best, like, everyone's here for a reason.
Right. Got you. You have any short-term goals?
Besides getting a bag.
What are your long-term goals?
Long-term goals? To really, like, where I'm at, it's like a sense of upbringing from kid to adult, to be something, to destroy it, to rebuild. Just a sense of resilience. Like, I ain't dead and I ain't rolling over for nothing, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go down kicking and screaming.
Never give up, that's my
never
motto.
Give up, you know what I mean?
Yes. If your family and your friends were supposed to see this video, what message do you want to send to them?
My apologies. Just know everything for a reason. Somebody had to do it, so it needs to be done. Just do it. It wasn't my first choice, but in the end, like, it is what it is. Somebody had to do it.
What's your message to the world?
Remember, just stay true to your elements. Like fire, water, earth, air, like, you know what I mean?
Got you.
The zodiac symbol, they ain't there for nothing, man. It ain't just a matter of, time and earth. Like, time is everything. That's one thing you can't replace in this world. I can replace him, I can replace me, but you can't replace the time that we spent, the time that we put in.
Facts. That's respect.
Credit where credit's due.
Real talk, real talk. And so AML family, I want to tell Julius, thank you so much for sharing his story with us. Welcome him to the family. Leave all the positive comments below. He's out here in the Badlands, and you know, I'm out here also. Julius, is there anything that you're in need of that we can help you with? Resources, clothes, anything?
Just if you can, don't pass judgment if you can. Like, just, you know, just be you. That's what you can do for me. Just be you, man.
Got you.
Don't let the world change.
Guys, you heard that. Don't let the world change you. Just be you. All right, so thank you so much for your time, AML family. Thank you, Julius, for your time. And we about to roll out. So guys, remember, don't be bitter, be better. And AML Films, and we out there. Peace.
Born in the darkness, fight for the light. If this ever die, I'ma fight for my life. Keep fighting on, I keep fighting on. We keep moving up, you can't hold us up. So I'm up above the clouds. So I can't see the ground. So I ain't coming down. So no, I ain't ever coming down. Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick.